Hello everyone! In this short tutorial we'll implement variable height jump. As previously, you will be required to have a simple platform movement in place. If you don't have it, don't worry, you will learn how to create one under 3 minutes using this tutorial. Theory time! The concept is pretty straightforward. The height of the jump is depending on how long the jump button is pressed. Pressing the button for short time means low jump. Pressing it for long time means higher jump. There are multiple ways we can implement it. First one is to keep track how long the jump button is pressed, and then if the time is under a certain limit, we apply constant velocity upwards. It's not my favorite solution, as the jump created this way looks a little bit flat and boring. Also, I tend to avoid solutions that are based on time. I wanted to mention this method because it is pretty common, probably because it's quite easy to implement. Luckily for us, there is another method which is very easy to implement. When the player releases the jump button and the character is jumping, we simply set the vertical velocity to 0 or divide it by a certain factor. Both ways to modify velocity work well, but give slightly different result. Setting it to 0 creates very responsive, sharp jump, like the one from Hollow Knight. On the other hand, dividing it by a small number will create Mario-like jumping experience. Let's review our jumping. If the player presses the jump button and the character is standing on the ground, we apply certain velocity, of course in the y-axis. Now we need to create a new variable to store the information if at current frame the player released the jump button. Then, after our jump code, we check if the player released the button and if the character is going upwards. That means if its vertical velocity is larger than 0. If the conditions are met, we set the vertical velocity to 0. The result should be looking like this. Fantastic! The movement is extremely responsive. Once I stop pressing the button, the character stops going upwards. If you would prefer smoother transition, instead of setting the vertical velocity to 0, you can divide the vertical velocity by a certain factor. The lower the number is, the smoother the transition will be. Please remember, the value has to be larger than 1. Otherwise, that's a good question. What will happen if you divide the vertical velocity by number between 0 and 1? Experiment and let me know your results in the comment. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Have a lovely day, love you and bye bye.